Welcome to the Profit by Design podcast. Dr. Sabrina, we are celebrating 7 years of the podcast. Congratulations.
Thank you. And congratulations to you too, Melissa, because you have been instrumental in the last year and a half, maybe longer on the podcast. So, um, yesterday was our marker for the 7 years, and I am blown away by where we started and where we've come, how far we've come, and what this podcast has really meant for us at Tap the Potential, but for our greater community of entrepreneurs and our clients at Tap the Potential, the impact that it's had. And so I'm really glad you suggested we do an episode and talk about what is the purpose of the Profit by Design podcast, and where does it fit, and why is podcasting a great marketing tool or strategy even that should be something that you're considering for your own business.
Yeah, I really want to dig in deep there. But first, I want to share why visibility is so important for marketing your business. And I think our default as business owners is to just get social. We think, okay, I'm going to post on LinkedIn, and should I be on Instagram or Facebook and all of these things? And first, we need to consider those are a place to build know, like, and trust. So social media is a long game, and that's where people are really going to come to build that relationship with you after they've already found you. And podcasting is so important because it really does support the community. We look at the podcast as here's where we serve. And we're serving our clients. We're also serving business owners who aren't quite ready for whatever reason to join our program. We want them to benefit from all of our knowledge and experience as well. So the podcast is a deep passion for us all on the team. And we're so thankful that we have it. And the other reason why I wanted to share this is because we don't talk much on the podcast about how we support our clients with marketing.
Yeah.
And that is a big part of the Better Business, Better Life program. And every single business owner I work with, I see the same thing happen. They bring someone on their team, or they hire an independent contractor or a marketing company, and they're not setting up the people on their marketing team for success.
Yeah.
So your team member or whoever you've hired to do all the things in your marketing, they're performing their role. But if you haven't identified the sweet spot in your business and the ideal clients that you want to work with, and to really interview those clients to determine what their needs are, and really dug into what pain point, the problem that you're solving for your clients, you can invest in marketing all day, but it's not going to get you any results.
Yeah.
So it's important to preferably work with us so that we can help you determine these things, and to also give that to your marketing team. And we want everything done for us because we have so many balls in the air. There's so many things that we need to do. But at the end of the day, marketing is about building relationships.
Yes.
It's about getting visibility and building that community. So, Dr. Sabrina, you have really focused on this for so many years. So if you could just share with everyone what your journey has been on the Profit by Design podcast, and how has that supported Tap the Potential?
So I took 3 or 4 years before I even launched the Profit by Design podcast. I wanted to do a podcast for a long, long time. And I had a coach who had his own podcast, and he told me like all the work that's involved. And, people think you just turn on the mic and turn on your camera and run with it. And yes, you'll get a couple episodes out like that. But to really be successful with a podcast, you need consistency. So I had to be in a position where I had the bandwidth and time to commit to an episode a week. And that's really what's important, is figuring out the how often you're going to release your episodes and commit to that. But here's the reason I wanted to have a podcast. I love teaching and I love sharing, but I also noticed for myself and I'm going to pause here, Melissa, are we having internet glitches?
I hear you, but I don't see you.
Okay. I'm just going to turn my camera off. Okay. So the reason I wanted to do the podcast is because I love teaching, but I also was very aware that I, as a business owner, really struggled with feeling isolated. And I heard our clients talking about that too. And oftentimes when they would come into our group, one of the biggest healing factors they experienced right off the bat was being surrounded by other business owners who had the same issues. And that sense of, oh my gosh, I'm not alone in this. There's somebody else out there who understands what I'm going through. And so I knew the podcast could be a way to amplify that experience for our entrepreneurs in our community. And they wouldn't even have to be a client of ours at Tap the Potential to benefit from that. So I wanted to, put that on loudspeaker, so to speak. And that was a big part of the podcast. But the other really driving factor on the podcast is I saw firsthand how much our clients loved hearing one another's stories and hearing each other's journeys. And it was just the other day that an entrepreneur said to me, "No one ever asked me about my story." And I just thought, oh my gosh, like how painful it is to go through all the highs and lows of entrepreneurship and to succeed. Like this individual is succeeding. They have an incredible story and no one's ever asked to hear that story. And so that's lonely, that's isolating. But the other thing that's missing when we're not hearing one another's stories is we're not learning from each other. We're all out here trying to reinvent the wheel. And, and there's the School of Hard Knocks. I have so many School of Hard Knocks experiences, and I'm fortunate that I get to share them with our clients at Tap the Potential and teach them what to do right. And you teach them what to do right, Melissa. But there's so many entrepreneurs out there who have incredible learning to share. And so that's why we started the podcast, is to have a platform for entrepreneurs to share all the learning from the highs and lows and really elevate one another. I wanted this podcast to be a weekly shot in the arm for a downtrodden entrepreneur who's just feeling like, oh my gosh, every door is slammed in my face. I feel like I keep failing. And I wanted the Profit by Design podcast to be that place where you got this. Like, I know it's hard, and keep moving forward because you've got this. And so in terms of marketing and visibility and relationship building, we're having to put all of this relationship building into marketing strategy, but it is 100% marketing strategy because small businesses succeed based on relationships and the know, like, and trust factor. That is why people will choose to do business with you over a larger corporation. It's because of the individual attention and the relationships. And when we lose that, when we don't make an effort to get ourselves out there and build those relationships, our businesses flounder. And we see that time and time again where entrepreneurs will have a period of growth and it's very successful, but then they get busy doing the doing and the relationship building isn't happening and it's falling off. And so I think that piece is so important. From the perspective of podcasting, though, what makes podcasting unique is you're hearing our voices in your ear week after week. And a lot of times we have clients that I've coached and that you've coached, Melissa, and they'll comment on Melissifying their business, or they'll comment on, I have Dr. Sabrina in my ear and I know what she would say about this. Like I can hear her voice. So it's that internalization of best business practices that comes from listening to a podcast for an extended period of time. We have clients at Tap the Potential who have joined our Better Business, Better Life program, who have listened to the Profit by Design podcast for a long time, sometimes years, or they'll stumble on us and then they will binge listen. And my gosh, if you're going to go back 7 years, you need a gold star if you've listened to every episode for 7 years. I want to know who you are. But that is incredible relationship building. And what I love, and I think you've experienced this too, Melissa, is when they come into our program and you've listened to the Profit by Design podcast, you're like accelerated in the Better Business, Better Life program because you know all the lingo, you speak the lingo. You may not know exactly how to do everything, but you know where we're headed with things. And it makes it so much easier to benefit.
It does. I definitely see greater success faster with our clients who have binged the Profit by Design podcast and who have attended our Jumpstart workshops, because they have a big picture of where we're going together. It does make a huge difference. And it's funny that you share our clients saying they're Melissifying this, or they hear Dr. Sabrina in their head, because we have actually joked about, that easy button, getting custom easy buttons made. And it is such an amazing feeling and an honor that I cannot even put into words when we help support our clients to take a vacation after several years or spend more time with their family. One of our clients just recently shared, I don't feel like I'm taking more time off of work. And I said, well, tell me about your work hours now. And he said, well, I used to work till midnight every night. And now he's ending at an appropriate time in the afternoon and has more time with his family. And that's a wildly successful story to share. And
Yes.
we, coming up on these 7 years, you make a great point. We spoke about this yesterday. We need to have more clients come onto our podcast and share their stories. So don't feel that isolation. So we're working on that. And if you're tuning in, you've been a binge listener and you just say, I would love to share my story, or I know someone who has a great story to share, email me. My email address is melissa@tapthepotential.com. And we would love to have you on, because it really does remove the isolation to have other business owners to be in relationship with. It's just so different when you're struggling, trying to do all of this alone. And when it becomes beyond that voice in your ear to, I have this community and I'm connected to them.
Yes.
It makes all the difference in the world.
Absolutely. And I want to be really clear. What we are looking to do is we want to bring on early clients with Tap the Potential. So clients who have been with us for just a month or two, who can talk about what are some of the early wins they're experiencing in the Better Business, Better Life program, so that you don't feel like you have to wait years. And I want to clarify, when Melissa said taking a vacation after years, it's not a vacation after years in the Better Business, Better Life program. It's taking a vacation after years of no vacation and coming into our program, and in just a few months' time being able to take that fully unplugged vacation. We also want to bring on our clients that were with us from the early days of the Better Business, Better Life program and share where they are now. So some of the folks that you may have binge listened and heard several years ago on the podcast, what's going on in their lives and their businesses now, because one of the most beautiful things is that when you graduate from the Better Business, Better Life program, you don't stop using your learning. You keep using that learning, and you have systems that are baked in your business that allow things to continue to grow and flourish. I had a call yesterday. A mergers and acquisitions company contacted me to see if I had any interest in, selling my company. And I just listened to the whole sales pitch because I was curious what they were going to put in front of me. And they wanted to know if my business could, run without me. And I just said, yes, it can. And then I said, I'm a little different than most business owners that you talk to. And then I explained what we do at Tap the Potential. And she quickly said, she hung up with me because she was a salesperson and she was making good use of her time. So she said, I won't take up any more of your time. You guys are in a good spot. But we live at Tap the Potential, building a business that can sustain and go on without you makes your business highly desirable for a sale. And but what's crazy is a lot of our clients don't end up selling their businesses after they graduate with us. They end up hiring team and letting that company grow because they've created a great place to work. They take a lot of pride in that. And they step back and do things, other things with their life while the business continues to grow and flourish. So the opportunity to hear from entrepreneurs who are having that experience because they worked with us at Tap the Potential. We're looking for you. We're going to be reaching out to some of you if you don't reach out to us. But we want to have more of those stories here for you all to learn from and experience, because Melissa and I can teach all day long. But when you hear another business owner say, I made these 2-3 adjustments in my business and it made all the world of difference, all of a sudden it's very easy to go make those adjustments where it may have felt very hard or very scary because you don't know what to expect. So the experiences that you hear from other entrepreneurs, it's absolutely invaluable. And if you have a story to share about how you have used parts of the Tap the Potential solution or the whole Tap the Potential solution and it's impacted your business, we want to hear from you.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up, I do want to circle back to where we started in the beginning, which was the importance of knowing the sweet spot of your business, knowing who to market to and how to market. And we have many clients, current and past clients, who do have a podcast or are considering a podcast. And at the very least, the majority of the time, my number one marketing tip for them is to get visible. And maybe you don't want to have your own podcast, but you want to get visible on other podcasts or local speaking engagements, and you're not quite sure where to get started, reach out to us. So I would suggest that you hop on Caitlin's calendar. Just go to tapthepotential.com and book a call. If you fill out the assessment first, then Caitlin is really going to be able to support you and tell you right away where the needs are in your business. And spoiler alert, Caitlin is our marketing lead at Tap the Potential. She has years and years experience in marketing. So as do I, as do you, Dr. Sabrina. So you're really getting so much value when you join us in our Better Business, Better Life program. And this is why we're here, so that you can have a better life. It truly is. It should probably be the Better Life, Better Business program. I think we got that backwards, Dr. Sabrina, because really we are here to make people's lives better. And I just thank you for how you show up in the community. I thank our team for the way our entire team shows up in service. And that's what we're here for. So reach out to us again if you would like to join us on the podcast. Melissa at tapthepotential.com is my email address, and we look forward to hearing from you.